Ajilisu, sit down. Comrade General Taban Dengai, First Vice President of the Republic, Comrade Dr. James Waneiga, Vice President, all the members of the National Liberation Council, the international community present here, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to this special gathering, and I want to extend my warm greetings to all of you in the name of the SPLM. Allow me also to sincerely greet all the South Sudanese across the country and around the world. Before I make my remarks, I want to honor our fallen heroes and heroines, particularly our founding chairman, Dr. John Garang de Mabior, by observing a moment of silence while standing. You can be seated. Thank you. Compatriots, I'm deeply honored by the presence of His Excellency President Museveni, who is also a founding member of the SPLM and a firm supporter of our party's unity. President Museveni, as an elder brother and a friend to the people of South Sudan, has contributed immensely not only to the success of the SPLM as party, but also to the liberation of South Sudan. We have gathered today to mark a critical milestone in the implementation of the agreement on the reunification of the SPLM, also known as the Arusha Agreement. This historic meeting of the National Liberation Council is called to endorse the revised implementation metrics of the agreement. This step provides the momentum towards full reunification and rejuvenation of the SPLM, a process that is critically important for the restoration of peace and stability in our country. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take this opportunity to remind our people about our who are keenly listening to our deliberations about what the processes leading to the SPLM reunification agreement have been. We all remember the events leading to the crisis of 2013 when the SPLM leaders got divided as a result of power struggle. It is important to point out that the divisions emanated from the process of the production of the SPLM basic documents in preparation for the third SPLM National Convention. When we could not agree on the documents in the political bureau, we decided to call for the National Liberation Council to deliberate on the documents and pass them. Instead of waiting for the National Liberation Council meeting, those who have or who were agitating for a change outside the SPLM rules and procedures called a press conference where they expressed their grievances. In an attempt to address these grievances, we called the National Liberation Council on December 14th and 15th, 2013 to debate the basic documents and adopt them. Through this democratic exercise, those who wanted drastic changes lost the debate in the NLC, but they refused to accept the democratic outcomes of the party and instead decided to address their grievances through undemocratic means. As we all know, this was the immediate cause of the conflict in 2013. Following the fighting in Juba in December 2013 and the subsequent initiative of IGAD to lead a peace mediation, we realized that the fighting started within the SPLM, and therefore we therefore saw a need to address these challenges within the party so as to stabilize the country. I took the initiative to seek the support of our African revolutionary movements, Chama Mafandusi, CCM, African National Congress, ANC, and the National Resistance Movement, NRM, to resolve these internal divisions within the SPLM. In light of this, my dear comrades and friends, I want to take this opportunity to wholeheartedly thank His Excellency Jakaya Kikwete former president of Tanzania, and the then chairman of CCM, and His Excellency Jacob Zuma, former president of South Africa, and who was also the president of the ANC, for accepting my call and for providing the support that we needed in order to conclude a successful conduct of the SPLM reunification process. I also want to thank all my comrades who belonged to different SPLM factions for recognizing the need to come together and work on our internal issues peacefully, and for making the necessary compromises that are needed to produce the agreement. I must admit, it was the SPLM mainstream under my leadership that had to give nearly all the concessions. We did this because there comes a point in the history of every nation when leaders must rise above the challenges and transform crises into opportunities. We saw the opportunity to unite our people through the SPLM reunification process, and so we made bitter compromises because doing so strengthens our party. It unites our people, and it will restore peace in our country. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we must continue to embrace the spirit of compromise because the SPLM has a long history of handling internal differences. We must be reminded of our founding history in 1983 when we had differences with the Nyanya 2 elements. After a bloody confrontation, we decided to enter into dialogue, which led to a peaceful integration of the Anyanya 2 forces into the SPLM-SPLA. There are many incidents through the course of our liberation struggle where our unity was threatened by internal discords. But we have always emerged out of those crises united and stronger. In 1991, for example, our movement was shocked when we experienced a major split, which caused us immensely in terms of human, material, and territorial losses to the enemy. In response to this new split, the SPLM convened its first National Liberation Convention in 1994. to reinvigorate itself and out of the convention, the SPLM regained its strength and continued to champion the cause of the liberation. These efforts created new dynamics leading to the reunification of the SPLM in 2002. In 2008, we held our second national convention, a process that was very contentious and threatened once again our unity, which also threatened the rights of the people of South Sudan to a referendum. In the end, the convention embraced the spirit of compromise, and we came out determined to lead our people to a successful referendum. In 2010, following a general elections, there were also bitter grievances. We caused others to take up arms again, but we managed to reconcile until our people finally voted for their independence in South Sudan in 2011. We have gathered in this hall today to invoke the spirit of compromise in the SPLM once again. As narrated, the SPLM does not have a culture of writing off its discontented members. It always strives to find a way to address their grievances and to bring them back into the fold. We must recognize that the SPLM is the glue that holds this country together. And if we allow the SPLM to falter, history will never forgive us, because permitting this throws the country into disarray, as we have witnessed. It is in this spirit that I call upon our comrades who are outside the country to come. Comrade John, I'm still calling for my comrades who are still outside the country to still come, so that they join the unity within the party. In Arusha, we all reaffirmed our commitment to the unity of our party, and we agreed that all the party leaders would return to their positions. This is the reason we sent invitations to all the SPLM factions that are signatories to the Arusha Agreement to attend this meeting. As leaders of the party, we must make tough decisions at this point, at this critical time, to move our party and our country forward. Gabel fi nas bugule no that you give me support I need so that I can do what is needed by the party. But it is not me. It is all of us. Who is not a leader among you here? All of you are leaders. And so we have to strive, all of us, to put back our party. Fellow comrades, the economic challenges facing our country will ultimately improve as we continue to consolidate peace and stability. As part of efforts to address the economic crisis, I had recently changed the leadership of our economic team in the executive. The new Minister of Finance and Planning was in Washington, D.C. recently, attending the spring meeting of the World Bank and IMF, where he engaged key international financiers in an effort to address our economic challenges. We must also be confident that with improved security in oil producing states, coupled with the rising oil prices and effort being exerted by the new leadership of National Revenue Authority, the economy will surely stabilize and improve for the better. I have also instructed the Minister of Finance and Planning to ensure that civil servants get their salaries on time. I want to conclude, my comrades, by stating that the SPLM, a mass movement of our people, remains the definitive symbol of our country. The SPLM is the embodiment of our people's dreams and aspirations. And if we implement its cardinal objectives, we can restore peace, stability, and bring prosperity to our people. Leaders will come and go, but the vision of the SPLM shall live on to transform the country into a world player. In the spirit of unity, I want to assure all of you that our unity as the SPLM family remains my priority, and the spirit of our founding principles. That shall guide our actions going forward always. May the SPLM vision lives on, and may the Almighty God bless the Republic of South Sudan and bless all of you. Thank you very much for coming. Well, there may be announcement, and I will allow the acting SG to announce them, because we delayed before with President Museveni, and the reason that delayed us was that he had wanted to tell us exactly why he did not come quickly. He agodo. He said Angelina Teng came to her yesterday evening with her group, and they engaged him throughout the night, and so he did not even sleep, and this is why he delayed. So he thought that now that he did not attend any deliberations from your side, he suggested to me that let us go on with the item of the agenda, but tomorrow what he needs from me is that will communicate to let him know when will we be ready again. So all of you may not be here, but because he has put the date so far behind, if you stay here, unless you have very heavy pockets, it will be difficult to stay. But we will go and coordinate it with the acting Secretary General, so that you are given the exact date. It is that he will be present and will bring along all our comrades who have failed to turn up today. Muskede John Luke, so that Mafi is all time a half. Okay. So that's it. This is what. So tomorrow morning we will resume again, and we will finish on Saturday as it was scheduled. Muskede Biema. Okay. Thank you. SPLM Oye. SPLM Oye.
SPLM Chairman Oye. Salva Kiir Mayardit consistent leadership Oye. SPLM please.